Hi, this is Indy Bain. I'm back, and as I promised, I'm doing a video on how to turn this into working as a Launchpad, the NanoKONTROLL 2 from Korg. The idea is really simple, and it's just more or less MIDI mapping. It's just that the layout of the Korg NanoKONTROLL it's like just a simple Launchpad, except not as many buttons like the layout of the grids and tracks and stuff. So I'll get straight into it now. So to imagine this working as a Launchpad, I use the solo, mute and record buttons along the controller as these buttons that, like the tracks that go along here. And that's the bad thing about it. It only has 3, which means you can only use 2 if you want to be able to turn off the track, because by turning off a track you press an empty space. So I've MIDI mapped the 3 top ones to solo, mute and record on each track on the controller. I've also made a low pass filter on the panning knob on one channel, just because today I'm using Around the World by Daft Punk, and I've sampled it, so I've made a loop from the part when it has the very top of the filter, so I can control the filter just as in the song as it really sounds myself. And that's all to it, and then so I can show you how it works. And since I've made the song go with the tap tempo, the good thing about the tap tempo in Ableton is that it's an auto detector. So you just put in a song and it detects the thing. So it's very good for like when you're using live and you just want to jump into the verse or the chorus, or so it would always be straight in time. But you have to be very careful when you're sampling the different parts of the song, though. So in case you're not using the full part of the song, it might become like not in tempo later on when you want to jump into a new part. And then I have the verse in the next square here. And another problem when not just this NanoKONTROLL, just when using any controller for Ableton generally, is that what if, for example, now in Daft Punk, Around the World, he starts singing at like the Around the World bit. So but there's a bit before that I've sampled that I couldn't take away, or else the end of the sample would also be taken away. So to do that trick, I MIDI map one of the sliders for the volume. I put it just below the standard volume level. Pull down the volume with the mouse, and that means that the controller obviously hasn't moved. So when I move the controller, it will immediately jump to that point where the controller is, like this. And I have during the 1, 2, 3, 4 part, before I want the thing to come in, anytime just there, I can just press the button and it will jump in. So you can be really you don't have to have any rhythm in you, so. Now do this. I was a bit early there, but as you saw what I mean. I just jump up the volume really quick so I don't hear the beginning of the sample, and so that's how it works. You could obviously MIDI map one of the sliders or the panning knob to be another button. It just wouldn't be as simple to remember the layout and stuff. But it works as a cheap Launchpad, I think, and I use it sometimes when playing music. So it's that's all for me this time. Hopefully I see you again soon. This is IndieBane saying overnet for now.